of massive arrangements, remember, are being made for the visitors, for the devotees, but there are intricate details that are being arranged specifically for the idol and the manner in which it will be then put forth. Gaurav Sawant is joining me now. He's been in Ayodhya. He's speaking to those involved who are closely associated with building doors, building the temple construction, and of course Ayodhya Vasis in general, the ones who've been residing there for generations. Gaurav, tell us, what is the mood like in Ayodhya? You get us this exclusive interview, and it reminds us of how intricately they are thinking of every little thing when it comes to the Ram Lalla idol. And then do tell us about the mood and the sentiment in Ayodhya.
Bhaktimay, that's the only way to describe it. People here in Ayodhya, they're so excited, whether there are pilgrims who are coming from far off areas or people who live here, they're delighted with the fact that they would be witnessing civilizational history, Ram Lalla at the Sri Ram temple. This is something that your generation, my generation, generations before us were thinking about, hoping one day it would happen. The Ayodhya Vasis here, they tell me for 500 years they waited for this day that Sri Ram will finally be at the Ram temple, and then texts are being written about it because this will be recorded history for future generations, for not decades but again for centuries, how Ram Lalla's idol was actually made. So there are two of Krishna Shila, there's one of white marble. Whichever one is selected, that meeting is happening today of the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra. They will decide on which statue to finally, which idol to finally accept, and that idol will then be prepared, and very elaborate ceremonies throughout, which will start on the 16th of January. Ram Lalla, child Ram, 5-year-old Ram, he'll be immersed in holy waters, he'll be bathed in holy waters, he'll be covered with grain, he'll be covered in gold. Whatever ceremonies happen for a young child in your house, in my house, in our homes, correct. Ram Lalla is coming home. And we are at the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk. If I may, that bhajan which has been immortalized by Lata Mangeshkar, Thumaka Chalata Ramchandra Bhajat Pejaniya, and the way Ramchandra ji has been described, Vidrum se Arun Adhar, all of that will be happening to Ram Lalla's idol. He'll be decorated, and Acharya Satyendra Das, he got so emotional while describing it, how a golden pencil would be used to apply kajal around his eyes, how he'll be dressed. There are various clothes that are being prepared for him, and finally a decision will be taken today on what clothes Ram Lalla will finally wear. What is also extremely significant is the fact that the journey all along. Again, he has tears in his eyes sometimes when he mentions Acharya Satyendra Das, who's been chief priest and a priest with Ram Lalla for the past 30 years. Jab Tat mein pade the Ram ji, when he was in that makeshift tent.
Yes, correct.
And sometimes water would fall, it would start raining, and it was extremely cold. And he would say, we would feel so hurt कि Ram Lalla ठंड में 5 साल का एक बच्चा इस ठंड में है, कितने निष्ठुर है लोग. But finally, how cruel can people be that Ram Lalla has been forced to live like that? Finally, all of that is changing, and Ram Lalla will be back at his home on a grand golden throne that is also being made. All of that and much more we will see on the 22nd of January at India Today. We're just able to get you a preview of all of that is happening because we've been able to speak to these people who are engaged in the task of all these preparations, Pooja.
Through the day, and specifically from 9:30 a.m., we'll have that special telecast with Gaurav Sawant coming in live from Ayodhya, telling us about the details. And for the first time, you heard from the chief priest about the intricate details. Remember, for the devotees of Lord Ram, for those who have waited for so many years to see the Ram temple and have a proper place for Ram Lalla, this is not just an idol, this is not just a statue, it is the Lord Ram as a child who is going to be given that befitting platform now to be able to stay.